Today I'm here with mixed emotions. I prepared something to say, but at the same time, I always have been known in my community to speak from the heart. So I'm going to be jumping all over the place. You need to recognize that for the first time as a Palestinian, we're faced with not only having to defend our people in Gaza amidst the occupation and atrocities that have been committed daily, but also to defend our rights as Palestinian Canadians, a position that I do not envy us as a community to be going through. My own identity as a Canadian and what I offered this country and what my parents offered this country has been put into question. And that's what's tearing us apart. I will not disclose my real job right now as a health worker because I am afraid as a Palestinian, unfortunately, of the rising Palestinian racism here in Ottawa and across the country. It is an anti-Palestinian racism. That's what it should be called. I'm here as a Palestinian Canadian. I'm an active member of the Coalition of Palestinian Canadian Associations in Canada that encompasses 26 organizations. I'm also here on behalf of the Association of Palestinian Canadians, Arab Canadians in Ottawa, also known as APAC. I'm the founder and the race director of the charity Race of Ottawa Run for Palestine that supports children of Gaza who suffer from PTSD and have been suffering from PTSD. This is not the first round of aggression. It has been ongoing in Gaza, who's been under siege for 16 years, and at the greater occupation of 46 years to the rest of the occupied areas. I'm also a very active member of the Palestinian Canadian Christian community here in Ottawa. So with that privilege, I have many contacts, and I reach out to many people within my communities. I'm always sought after to offer help, counseling, encouragement, support, and be a voice to speak for the people who are and cannot speak. We have seen many incidents of the rise of this anti-Palestinian racism in Ottawa, thanks to our own Prime Minister and to many levels of governmental organizations who in their speeches called us as terrorist glorifying individuals who live here in Ottawa for going out on the streets to mourn our loved ones, to talk about the aggression, to criticize Israel for what it needs to be criticized for, its actions. Its actions towards people who are civilian, who are bare, who are fighting years of occupation, years of siege, who can put people into a 14-kilometer square feet, the size of Gatineau, into complete darkness and bomb them and shell them and not having or giving them the right to communicate with the rest of the world. I was just sitting with more than 10 families in Ottawa who lost anywhere between 3 to 50 members of their own family here in Ottawa alone. I'm in touch with many similar families, Canadian Palestinian families who've lost similar numbers across each and every single city here in Canada. Where is the letter of cares that the federal employees received from the clerk? Did they include Palestinians? No. We are creating a second-class citizenship here in Canada, and we will not and we should not allow this to happen. We are people who are hardworking. We are people with aspirations, our parents and our families brought us here after years of forced displacement, of wars that took place in '67, and then later on the effect of the occupation on the daily living of Palestinians. We sought refuge in other countries who were not up to the aspirations of providing a life for the children, just like any other parents would want. We came to Canada because once it was the beacon of hope and light and stood up for human rights and defending them. We did not come here to be sided. We did not here to be stepped upon. We did not come here to be dehumanized. We did not come here to experience what our people in Palestine under the occupation has been subjective to, which is collective punishment. What's happening here is racism, is discrimination, is collective punishment, and the world needs to wake up to this. Criticizing the occupation, criticizing Zionism is not the same as being an anti-Semitic. By the way, we as Palestinians are Semites. if you want to check our DNA. This sentiment of disappointment, alienation, dehumanization, and discrimination, we witness rising incidents of anti-Palestinian racism across the country, and we've seen that at the different levels of the governmental bodies here in Ottawa. Like a mayor, the mayor's job should be urban planning, should be fostering diversity, should be inclusive, should be spreading festivals, love, harmony, peace, not to light the city in blue, not to call us again terrorist glorifying individuals of the city. We have been living here, some of us, for more than 40 years. How would you feel? How would you feel if you're excluded that way? How would you feel when you send your kids to schools, public boards of schools, Catholic schools boards, and your kids are not allowed to wear their national identity with pride? This is my kufiyya. This is my embroidery. And my flag I carry with me everywhere. I'm as equally Palestinian as Canadian. And I suffered, just like my parents and my grandparents suffered, wiping their identity, collectively being punished, dehumanized. We will not allow this to happen. It's like you're asking an Irish to not wear his kilt. It's you're asking like an Indian woman not to wear her sari. This is my national identity, and I'm here to celebrate it. I'm here to add and enrich to the Canadian community. We are all equal. What happened to the Prime Minister's word? We are Canadian is a Canadian is a Canadian, no matter what. I'm not a Canadian, second-class Canadian. And my kids are born here, and their kids will be born here. We might not have come here by choice, but we're staying here by choice. So what I want from you, if you get the message across, in addition to everything that has been mentioned so far, and that's our first demand, is to end the siege, end the occupation, provide humanitarian aid, ceasefire now, unconditionally, but we also would like the Prime Minister and other officials to offer those letters of support and help to their entire community to write and publicly speak about denouncing anti-Palestinian racism. There is no such, we should not allow such act to be part of our society here in Canada. Thank you very much.